Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back. This is the second video in my self-confidence series that I have up on my channel. The first video was on how to spot a false confident person. This is the second video, and this is just me giving you guys tips and tricks on how to be more confident or things you could do to start developing more of a confident stance in life. But first, I want to define self-confidence. And I did look it up, and I have it up on my laptop for you guys, just so I can read it off of here, so you can trust me. Don't think that I'm making things up. Self-confidence is the belief in your own abilities, judgments, and work. It means trusting yourself to handle different situations, make decisions, and take on challenges without expressing excessive fear or doubt. Now, I want to break the definition down just a little bit, but the part of the definition that kind of draws me in or makes me lock in on is take on challenges without excessive fear or doubt. Basically, that's to say that a person who exudes self-confidence is not saying that you will never fear and you will never have doubts. It's just saying that you won't have excessive fear or doubt. That's fine. People should be that way. As far as the belief in your own abilities, judgments, and worth, I do feel like those are good things to practice as well, because you can't expect other people to trust you if you don't trust you. You should go 110 for yourself through whatever, but you can't go 110 if you don't trust yourself. If nobody else believes, you should believe. Here are a few things I feel you could practice to become a more self-confident person. One, I would definitely say work on following through. This is something that I struggle with and something I still struggle with sometimes, but if you get a hold on it and don't let it get a hold of you, you'll be fine. Follow through with whatever you say you're gonna do. I'm becoming one of those people that when I say I'm gonna do something, I do it because I said I was gonna do it. Like, I don't have another reason other than the fact that I said I was gonna do it. Now, there are some times where I won't say it because I don't know, but once I say, okay, I'm gonna do this, I try to put my best foot forward so I can get that done. And another tip you could try is face your challenges head on. Take on your challenges head on. I know that might ruffle a couple feathers or scare some of you, but not to fret. Like, that's what we here for. That's what we all here for. There are gonna be situations in life where you are scared to advance and you are scared to jump all in. Wait, let's go back. There are situations where you should be scared to jump in. Don't do nothing crazy and then be like, oh, she said, no, KJ did not tell you that. KJ told you within reason. I actually have a couple tips and tricks on confident actions itself. And these are things that you do around other people. But you practice these things so that you can become more confident or remain confident. So my first thing would be, when you walk into a room, I know it's easy to get caught up on these phones. One thing I never do, I never walk into a room on my phone. I'm looking at people and I'm peeping the scene. I'm never on my phone. You might miss something that you need to see. You might miss somebody that you need to see. You might fumble a first impression by just being on your phone and not engaging with the room. A lot of people will see when you go out and you're networking. What do? If you're in the room first, second, third, fourth, 15th, and there are people coming in, the first thing you do is you see them when they come in the door. You want to walk in, chest out, head high, and you want to walk in. You don't have to do that. That was but you want to walk in there with confidence possible. Don't look down. Do not walk around looking down at the ground. You're going to walk into a tree. You're going to walk into a tree. Do not walk around looking down at the ground. That action alone lets people know that you are not confident. A lot of people are here, like I said in the previous video, a lot of people are here to tear you down. And that's a telltale sign that they will key in on to see how far they could take it with you, but they're definitely going to engage with you and try to weed you out first as one of the weaker links because you're not exuding confidence. That's bare minimum. Walk in the room with your head up, chest out, and you walk in confident. Do not look at your phone. Don't look at the ground. You look at the people in the room. You should look at the people in the room. Look around, see who's who. If you can gauge who's more important, gauge those people. Another thing I want to say too, when you walk in the room, speak to everyone. You don't have to walk up to everyone, shake their hand, and speak if it's not that type of setting. Even though if it is one of those settings, I would definitely recommend doing so. But if not, it's okay. But make sure you address the whole room. I'm at the point in my life where wherever I go, I always speak to the whole entire room. It could be a hey y'all. If it's a peer setting, hey y'all. If it's a work setting, hey, how you guys doing? I draw the attention to me. A confident person, you want to draw the attention to you. And I say this because when you're in the room, they're only going to remember the people who look the part and sound the part and are the part. Even if you're not the part, you can act like the part until you become the part. Eventually, these actions will lead you to be that way. So I would say basically you go into the room, you exude all these traits that I just told you, and then I promise you, you'll leave the room. No one's gonna forget you. You might be the topic of someone's conversation. I can say that we all have been in a place where maybe you went to a group, maybe you've attended a group interview, maybe you've attended a group meeting where people are put on the spot and have to speak. No one ever forgets the most confident person in the room. Now, there is a difference between being confident and being arrogant. You don't want to exude arrogantness. You want to be confident. So you don't want to over put on and do too much, but you want to do just enough to keep the people, just intrigued with you as a person. You don't want to oversell it. You don't have to do that, Personality, the persona, your actions, your tone, everything about you speaks for yourself. You don't have to over exude because they won't forget you, but it won't be in a good way. Also, another thing I want to highlight, when you're having conversation with people, you want to look them directly in the eyes. If you can't remember the color of the person's eyes that you're speaking to, you might want to run that conversation back. And I know what you're thinking, mostly everyone has brown eyes. Doesn't matter. You need to be able to tell me what shade of brown at this point. Or, I don't know. You should make sure that when you're in these settings that you're looking people in their eyes and you're being intentional with your conversation as well. Also, another thing, when you walk into these rooms and you're talking and greeting, smile. Smile. Do not go anywhere, especially if you have an RBF. I have an RBF. I'm talking about, that's my straight face. Nothing's wrong with me, I promise. If you have an RBF, you need to be walking around when you're networking and communicating with people, smiling. I'm not saying overdo it, but you do need to look. You might have to do a little bit more with your facial expressions to seem that you are more engaged. So what I do is I keep my eyebrows up. I keep them up because I feel like they make me look more intrigued than just like this. So I'm looking at you like this. I look blank, no emotion. It looks like I don't care about what you're talking about. So even if you are interested in me, this doesn't look interested. But if I'm, yeah, even, that's another thing, social cues and verbal cues. Sometimes you might have to lighten up your tone just a little bit. Don't change your voice. Don't be in there talking like this if you don't talk like this. And don't be in there talking like this if you don't talk like this. Talk, but you might have to lift up the tone of it just to sound a little more engaged. Because I'd rather the person be like, yeah, absolutely, yeah, than the person that's in my face, yeah, absolutely, yeah, So keep that in mind as well. And another thing that I've noticed about people who are not as confident, especially verbally in person, like person-to-person communication. Look at me using my school stuff. Person-to-person communication. They apologize a lot. If you're one of those people that apologize a lot, stop it. It's okay that you said something wrong. It's okay that you did something wrong. You do not want to make yourself a target because you keep apologizing every 5 seconds. And when we say, you don't have to apologize, please don't say, I'm sorry. Don't. That's another thing. Instead of you saying sorry, I would prefer you laugh. You giggle a little bit. Like, oh, haha, giggle. Don't do too much, but like laugh it off and fix whatever the mess up was and keep going with your conversation. You don't want to just stand there and apologize. Like I said, we were exuding confidence, and I just feel like apologizing too much gives scary, or it gives scary, it gives intimidating. You don't want to exude that. That's why we're here, right? Another thing, I can spot a confident person also based on their mannerisms and their etiquette. Did y'all hear me? Mannerism and etiquette. And I know a lot of people feel that these are not things that people should be keen in on. They matter. One thing that a lot of people, I'm 24, but one thing that a lot of people, especially older people, they applaud me for and they remember about me is I'm very mannerable. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. Could you repeat that again, please? Thank you. Another thing that I do, if I go in the room, if I'm networking and I'm in a room with women and men that are obviously a lot older than me, they might introduce themselves to me as a peer. They might say, my name is Rebecca, my name is Rachel, my name is Austin, my name is Jamal. I always say, okay, nice to meet you. Do you mind if I call you by your last name? And they're like, oh. And I'm like, yeah. You know? And they get elated by it, but you just want to make sure that you're being respectful, because I don't know, I feel like if they were at home, they would have their nieces, nephews, grandchildren like saying yes ma'am, no ma'am. So even though they are older and we are all adults, it is vital to respect your elders. Another tip to carry around in your money and in your pocket, you have to understand that everyone is not against you. I know I said in the last video there are people that are here to destroy you, and there are a lot of people here that are able and willing to lift you up and put you in better positions in life. And a lot of these people are just waiting for the right person to come by and ask. Don't be scared to speak. That's another thing with confidence. Do not be scared to speak. Whatever it is, you got a question, you need something answered, you have a statement, you have a fear, a doubt, whatever it is, do not be scared to speak. There are a lot of people that want to answer these questions and are more than willing to sit down with you for however long you need to sit down with them and answer said questions. But don't be scared to speak. The people in the room also remember the person that asked the most questions. Don't forget that. You should pep talk yourself. I feel like early on I struggled with speaking confidently because I wasn't self-talking or pep talking myself before I went to these places. After I started self-talking and prepping and preparing for situations, it was over. I can confidently talk to anybody in any setting and be perfectly fine. You want to make sure that when you're having these conversations, you're stepping out of your comfort zone. Even if you step out of your comfort zone and step into someone else's, especially when you're networking with these bigger people, these people who have bigger titles or have ranks or roles that you want to get into and you don't know how, you definitely want to kind of come out of yourself and kind of put yourself a little more in their field, in their situation. That's another thing too. Confident people, when they network, they also research. And this is not a network-based video. I'm just saying, I'm using network as a loose term. I mean networking as in you could just be walking around talking to people who are your peers about a party on campus. Networking. Another tip, you want to make sure that you're dressing the part as well. You want to make sure that you always look put together. That's the thing that I struggle with a lot. Even though I do exude all of the other things, you could get, not even you, I would get pushed out of certain situations because I didn't look the part. Now it's kind of hard to catch me not looking put together. Even now, I have an outfit on, I'm in my room. Haven't really done much today. I have things to do after I finish this video. I'm going to edit it and get it out there, but you definitely want to be one of those people that, look well put together. I'm not saying go out and buy designer if that's not your thing, because it's not my thing. I don't feel like labels make me. I don't feel like designer clothes make people any better than other people, and I don't feel like it's a good thing to do with my money. You want to practice good posture and good tone. And I know right now I'm kind of slouched over talking to you guys, but I'm in my bed making a video. Not to make an excuse, but you do want to practice good tone and good posture because it's important. And people can also key in on how you're sitting, how you're looking, and they can tell that you're not confident. You want to sit up. Just like I told you to walk in the room, when you sit down, sit the same way. Another tip is you want to surround yourself with positive people. You don't want to be around negative people because negative people are not confident. And some people, hold up. Some negative people are confident in being negative, evil people. I had to say that. I had to go back and double back. And that's okay. If you hang around negative people, your outcomes are probably going to be negative because you're around negative people all day. If you're around negative people, come from beneath them. Come from around them. Try to find people that you see around that are networking, that do exude confidence. And it could be things that I didn't list in this video. And if y'all want a part 2, because there are a lot of things. Y'all want a part 2, let me know. Try to find people who are or do portray themselves to be more confident. Just sit down with them, network with them, and talk to them and see how they became that way. Some people are born that way and some people build it up from the ground, but long as it's there, it's there. Those are the people that you want to be around. Those are the people that are in situations that can help you be in a better situation. You don't want to wake up 5 years from now and you running in the same lap that you was just running in 5 years ago just to say you running. We don't run in place over here. The goal is to always elevate. Next year, you should be in a better position than you are this year. And we should keep going up, 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 keep going up. You don't want to be in the same place. You exude confidence and it'll get you to a point where you're going to keep lapping people and keep lapping people. And that's the goal of this all. That's the goal of the race. And keep God in your life. My last tip is to celebrate your accomplishments. Don't be one of those people that feel like you have to wait till you get to a milestone to celebrate. I'm about to celebrate today. I'm posting more consistently and I'm getting more comfortable on my camera and I've been editing more than usual and I'm getting done with my schoolwork. To me, that's an accomplishment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to celebrate. Even if it's me just going to get a snack cake, putting a candle in and blowing it out. To me, this is an accomplishment. And even though to you guys it might seem like a small win, or I'm not going to say this to you guys, even though to some people that might seem like a small victory or not something to celebrate because I don't have a lot of subs, I don't get a lot of likes yet, to me, sometimes being present is just enough. You definitely want to celebrate all of your wins, big, small, little, minute, huge, gigantic. You want to celebrate all of your wins because one thing about life is like walking up stairs. You got to lift your leg up, put your foot down on the other stair, and keep going. You don't just get to the top by just jumping. You know, you got to actually move your feet and walk up there. So with that being said, if I'm in the midst of lifting my foot up, I'm going to celebrate the fact that I picked my foot up. And I feel like a lot of people should do that too. I'm going to wrap the video up. Thank you guys for staying this long. And my last tip is, if you do happen to fail, and failures happen, if you do fail, don't be scared to get up and try it again. A lot of people have to get up and try it again. And sometimes the second time won't work. But don't get discouraged because you give up on the second try, the third try might have been your time. Never let life get you to a point where you don't want to keep trying. You're lost once you stop trying. Once you stop trying, that's an L. You don't take L's while you're trying though. Even if you gotta try 1,000 times, that's 1,000 good dubs until you stop trying. And you should learn something from every L you take so you don't take the same L's. That's all I got for y'all today. I hope this video helps somebody in some sort of way. If y'all like it, let me know what y'all want to hear next in this series, or if y'all want a different video for a different series. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye.